What's going on, guys? I'm still out here in Sacramento. We're chilling. Wish I was in LA though. Don't tell them I said that. Don't tell them I said I wish I was in LA again. So let's just dive right into this video. Alright, so this is a subject that it's going to take a little bit for me to portray this to you and understand how it works. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So essentially, when I first got started learning Facebook ads, I was always taught using a certain product testing strategy where you would use one country and you would target one interest per ad set and you'd make 3 ad sets, that sort of thing. And what we would do, or like one of the rules that we followed, was the audience size should be between 200,000 and 3 million. Like, it had to be between there. Obviously, everybody went around telling everybody, trying to give advice, and this went around and it made people think that audience sizes are really, really important. So one of the main ideas with this theory is Facebook would optimize better, meaning it would be better at showing ads to the people who are going to buy your stuff if the audience size was between 200,000 and 3 million. It didn't really have anything to do with how broad or how narrow your audience is. It really just had to do with optimization. Facebook would do better with an audience at 300,000 people than it would with an audience at 20,000 people. Now that you understand that, now let's get to this point. I recently changed up my product testing strategy. If you don't know, I made a video on it and my students are seeing a ton of results from it, where the audience sizes are really, really big. Now, this was obviously, like, when it was introduced to me, this was obviously something that kind of boggled my mind a little bit because it worked really, really well. But the problem was the audience sizes were 30, 40, 50 million people. And I was like, how the fuck is this happening? How does it do good like this? So I basically just thought back, like, it was more about how Facebook optimized, not how broad or how, whatever bullshit like that. And plus, on top of that, before then, we were only targeting one country. Now we're targeting worldwide, and we're just excluding like 6 or 7 countries, the tier 3 ones. So I basically put 2 and 2 together and said, audience sizes don't matter. Listen, they don't. Okay, so there's a few things that I've learned on my way, growing multiple 6-figure stores, 11 multi-5-figure stores. There are things that I notice and things that I've tested. I've literally tested almost everything that I can think of off the top of my head, and I keep testing continuously. And guess what I saw? I saw an ad set with an audience size of 20,000 people do really, really well. And I was astonished, obviously. And that's why we did it, because we thought, like, hey, it's not about quality. It's not about how many there are. It's not about any of that. So we did it, and it worked really, really fucking well. So we have audience sizes of 40 million doing really well, and we have audience sizes of 20,000 people doing really well. So this leads me to ask, does audience size even matter? Well, let's look at the data. So I've had an audience size of 20,000 people do really, really well, and I had an audience size of 70 million people do really, really well. That's the biggest that I can recollect. There's probably been bigger, but I don't even look at audience size anymore. Listen, here's my ideology, okay? It is about substance. It is about quality. It is not about what your potential reach meter says. And this goes with every other fucking thing. People who are product testing, they think they should narrow everything down by engaged shoppers, active credit card users, any of that, mostly just to get the size down. And I'm thinking, like, why the fuck would you want the size down? The more people in that audience, the better. Whether they've engaged with an ad on Facebook, they might have just not seen the ad that makes them want to engage, which could be our ad. Listen, I am about substance, not quantity, okay? That's why I think audience sizes of 70 million people work just as well as audience sizes with 20,000 people. Mainly because the interests that they were targeting they were actually really good interests. We weren't just trying to go for the potential reach size. We were actually targeting things that were relevant to what we were selling. And if you're targeting things that are relevant to what you're selling, does audience size fucking matter? Nope. Let me bring up an example. I'm selling a watch, right? I'm drop shipping a watch, you know, good break-even point. I'm targeting, I'm making my ads. I'm targeting the interest set called watch. It's literally fucking watch, okay? We're selling a watch, the interest set is watch. Should we narrow down by engaged shoppers to get the audience size smaller? No. Should we narrow down by engaged shoppers? Yes. Now listen, here's the thing. It's not about audience size. It's about substance. So it is very possible that watch narrowed down by engaged shoppers will sell better than just regular old watch. It's very possible. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is you need to test them both. You can't just be looking at potential reach and make your decision based on that, okay? You know, you should be testing both of them because that's what I do with my students, and both of them usually work. I mean, usually the broad one works a little bit better, but engaged shoppers also makes us money. So at the same time, we're testing both because we're about different interests that are gonna make us money, not about audience size. All right, guys, so that was the video. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. Like always, if you're not in the notification squad, I know, because people be dropping comments, be saying that they're in it, you know, right away, just boom, like they're like first. It's crazy, man. But listen, I hope you got a lot of value out of that video. I like pushing these videos out. I haven't uploaded in a good 6 or 7 days, mainly just because I've been working, been taking on a lot of new students lately, been seeing a lot of success, so just trying to put my focus where the results are coming the most, which for me, obviously, it's the e-com stores that I manage. So, but just know, you know, the videos that I put out, the reason why I don't just rush through them is because I want them to be actually quality. Like, I want to put actual thought into them. I want them to be on a subject that's actually, you know, I want them to be on a subject that you're actually going to be able to get a lot of value of. So, with that being said, this is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.